ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
You want to see a performance of the ages.
Brady looking right, firing for the touchdown to Gronkowski.
And Brady just rifles it in there.
Brady pass to Welker, touchdown.
He has every route in the book, and he will shred you.
Brady over the top for the touchdown to Aaron Hernandez. There's Brady out of the gun from the half-yard line. Why not? To Wes Welker. Wes Welker pulling away, and he ties an NFL record with a 99-yard touchdown. Tom Brady opened up the 42nd season of Monday Night Football with 517 yards in Miami, followed it up with 423 yards, and he hasn't stopped on a great pace for passing yards. He and Bill Belichick have the Patriots atop the AFC East, looking to go too clear of the Jets and the Bills with a win at home here tonight. Meantime, on the opposite side, it's another guy off the Bill Parcells coaching tree, and Todd Haley, his Kansas City team. The odds don't look good for them going in tonight, but if they somehow win the game, they're only within a game of the Raiders in the AFC West. Kansas City won the toss and will receive. We mentioned at the top, the temperature is right around freezing. There's not a lot of wind. It is a chilly, clear night in Foxborough. That's Javier Arenas back deep to take the kick of Stephen Gostkowski and the Patriots. And that's the man who's got all kind of butterflies going. Tyler Palko set for his first NFL start. Off we go from Foxborough. About 8 yards deep, Arenas will take a knee. And the 28-year-old Palko will get it started from the 20-yard line. Tyler Palko, his dad was a coach. He starred in Western Pennsylvania. He was kind of born and bred to be a quarterback. Played at Pittsburgh, was second to Dan Marino in some of his big passing records. As Jaws detailed so well, he was bouncing around, cut by different teams, different leagues. He has 30 snaps of NFL experience. And he makes his first start on Monday Night Football against the Patriots. Opening drive, starting from the 20. First throw is a catch. Dwayne Bowe gets 3. Gerard Mayo with the tackle.
That's a good way to get a young quarterback started. High percentage passes and run the football. That time just a quick screen to his best receiver, Bowe. Good defense by the Patriots. Got to keep an eye on his chief offensive line. All of a sudden, number 67, Barry Richardson, the right tackle, is the blind side protector of Tyler Palko.
First down passing also critical. I like that, John.
Second down, another throw towards Jeremy Horn, who was knocked down by Andre Carter, who had the big sack game 4 against the Jets a week ago. The rest of the Chiefs offense, 3 backs because of Jamal Charles' ACL injury in week 2. Battled the most carries. Bowe involved with 2 big guys who can go up and get it. And John just hit on this offensive line. Good news is they've started every game. Bad news, they've given up 9 sacks the last 2 games and countless other breakdowns. 3rd and 7, swinging out to Dexter McCluster, trying to use his speed. Got past Julian Edelman, who's getting another defensive snap he did last week. But he stopped short of the first down as McCluster, as Philip Adams made the tackle.
Well, Bill Belichick has been known to do this in the past. He's going to use Julian Edelman, a wide receiver, as a defensive back in some 3rd down situations. He missed the tackle right there. I don't think they want to be doing this regularly. They're doing it out of necessity. Here's Edelman deep and a good punt returner.
Lefty punter Dustin Colquitt will kick it away. Good hang time on a 46-yard kick, and Edelman is hit by Horn, but not brought down. As those pair of 11s meet, good extra effort by Edelman to get the return out near the 34-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady, who tonight can break a tie with his boyhood idol Joe Montana. They're both 7th on the all-time wins list by a starting quarterback in NFL history.
Mike, the one thing we know about Tom Brady, he's a pinpoint passer. He believes you must be fundamentally sound in your mechanics to be consistent on a successful basis like that. That's what he does. The mantra for Brady throughout his storied career, consistency week in and week out. mission accomplished.
Here goes the best passing offense in the NFL from the 34. It's through the hands of BenJarvus Green-Ellis and incomplete. So Green-Ellis, he runs it most of the running backs, and no Kevin Falk inactive tonight. Welker leads the league in receptions and receiving yards. Gronkowski second amongst the good tight ends in the NFL. Up front, Dan Connolly's very solid since that injury opening night to Dan Koppen. Brian Waters played for Kansas City 11 years, went to 5 Pro Bowls. Got to be odd lining up on the opposite side of the Chiefs' colors tonight. 2nd and 10. Here's a toss to Green-Ellis. It was plugged up, but only a 2-yard gain as Derek Johnson continues his terrific season for the Chiefs. Big headline defensively for Kansas City in terms of run stopping. No Glenn Dorsey, out with a knee injury. Gordon starts in his place with Greg and Jackson. I mentioned Derek Johnson. Tamba Hali has 6 of the 9 Kansas City sacks. That's all they have all year. 9 sacks. In the secondary, you're going to see a lot of nickel. Means you'll see a lot of Javier Arenas. We'll see how they try to cover Wes Welker here tonight. And Arenas is over there for 3rd and 8.
Tamba Hali is critical in these pass rush situations.
Johnson up the middle at Brady, and Tom just gets rid of it. It was a straight shot, unblocked. Derek Johnson forcing Brady to throw it away.
Yeah, I really like what the Chiefs did on defense. Tamba Hali saw Danny Woodhead coming out of the backfield. You see number 39 right there. He's coming out of the backfield. Now you see, look, here you're going to bullseye him, knock Woodhead off the pass route. That's the guy that Brady wanted to get to. He was unavailable, had to throw the football away.
And they're going to call it intentional grounding.
Well, it's a 10-yard penalty. Loss him down. Be 4th down.
I saw the receiver who started was coming over across the middle there, but they ruled that Brady obviously was in the pocket, and the receiver Branch wasn't close enough by, so it'll back him up 10.
You'll see Brady right here. He is still in the pocket. This throws it away. That one will get called.
Good call by Clete Blakeman, 2nd-year referee in the NFL, his 4th year as an official. So a pair of 3 and outs, and Zoltan Mesko will kick for the Pats. Good kick by Mesko, 52 yards in all. And here's Arenas from the 22 with a flag down. He's down at the 34. Danny Woodhead comes to make the stop. This one's going to be backed up even more with a Chiefs penalty. There's the preliminary signal.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 30. Penalty is 10 yards from the end of the run. 1st down, Kansas City.
So Jaleel Brown, who made the tackle on the punt return by the Patriots a moment ago, is flagged here. And Palco's 2nd drive when you come back. Halfway between Providence and Boston. Weather turned cold Thanksgiving week. Bill Belichick and the Patriots so good this time of year. Both teams 3 and out opening drive. Palco takes over from his own 20. It's Woolfolk active up there on the line as Jackie Battle runs right, and that's about 4 yards. Rob Ninkovich stops him, but his progress is going to be near the 25. James Ahedebo down there on the ground. Patriots can't afford any more injuries. Andre Carter at 4 sacks. Yes, last week against the Jets. Linebackers Ninkovich, Mayo, and Gary Guyton. Brandon Spike's still out. Tarpinian, who started last week, is out. You see Ahedebo is there in the starting lineup with Sterling Moore, a rookie safety who's getting his 2nd career start. But Ahedebo is down and injured on that play, and they're looking at him. You've had Patrick Chung, who's been injured. He's inactive for the 2nd straight week with a foot injury. And Devin McCourty's out tonight with a shoulder injury. So a ton of defensive back injuries for the Patriots. Former Jet James Ahedebo, who's been calling the signals in the defense with Patrick Chung out, working on him on the sideline. Then he went to the Patriots locker room. So Ross Ventrone, who's released and on the practice squad and signed almost every week around here, is in at safety. Palco throw complete to Steve Preston. That's the first down of the game, just near the 40-yard line.
It's nice call again by this Chief offensive staff. A naked bootleg Comes out to his left, his throwing side, and he finds Steve Preston on the backside over route. Well done by Palko. Patriots in full substitution. They're a little disarray right now out here.
We got this.
And the Chiefs go no huddle.
And a timeout taken by Gerard Mayo. Now remember that the Patriots have very inexperienced safeties trying to call the back end, and they had personnel issues as well. First timeout of the night, New England. Bill Belichick's legacy in football is his defense, and the secondary here is a personnel nightmare. Antoine Molden started tonight at corner for the injured Devin McCourty, the 41st different starter on the team. A lot of those guys undrafted, and now you have Molden out there. You have Kyle Arrington, he's the best corner, but you also have Sterling Moore and Ross Ventrone playing safety. Guys have been on and off the roster all year. Dexter McCluster runs to the left, and a good spinning run for McCluster, and he gets 6 yards. So you have all this disarray, but you have a rookie quarter or first-time starting quarterback for Kansas City. How can they make it an impact positive for KC?
Well, if I was KC, I'd do what they're doing right here. Jump the ball, snap it before they're ready.
And on second down, they go right back to McCluster up the middle. First down into Patriots territory at the 45.
Hey, Kansas City could care less about the Patriots' problems in the secondary. They cut their 2 starting safeties, Sanders and Merriweather, before the season starts. Snap it before they're ready and take it to the Patriots. Good move by this chief offensive staff.
Here they go again after a gain of 9. Palko throws middle high and held on to 2 big hits, but Leonard Pope gets his 17th catch of the year.
Well, certainly Palko does not look like a guy that's starting his first game in the NFL. The play was designed to get the ball out in the flat quickly. He stayed with his progression, and he found Leonard Pope over the middle. Well done by the young quarterback.
Number 37, McCluster. Wolfork takes him down just shy of the first down. Bill Muir is the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, Bill Muir worked with Bill Belichick. This isn't Bill Muir's first rodeo as a coach. He's called a lot of plays in a lot of different cities, and he knows New England is struggling right now. Look at the substitutions from the Patriots sidelines again. They're having a hard time matching the personnel of the Chiefs. Short yardage, 3rd and 1. Be shocked if Jackie Battle doesn't get a good look here.
They put LaRon McClain, a running back, out wide to the right. Battle running left, stuffed by Mayo. Mayo with the stop. We'll see what they do on 4th down.
Well, it's a great play by another unknown New England Patriot, number 74, Kyle Love. They do an excellent job winning at the point of attack. Love playing in a little gap technique right there, forces the ball outside, and here comes the pursuit. New England's going for it.
Yep, brought in the extra offensive lineman, John Garrett Gaither. Brought in another tight end, Jake O'Connell. 4th and a yard. A lot of moving to try to get the Patriots to jump. They did not. A delay again. Clock went to 00 several seconds ago. The Patriots are still standing at the line. Chiefs.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And for some reason, the officials were just watching them all stand there.
I'm a little surprised the Chiefs didn't go for it there. It's inside a yard. You're at the plus 35. I know Suckup has hit 11 in a row as a place kicker, but I see Colquitt coming onto the field to punt the ball. A little surprised, Jaws, they didn't go for it.
I am as well, John. But I guess they want to flip the field, back up Tom Brady in that Patriots offense, and give him a long field to work with.
And Dustin Colquitt forcing Welker to make a fair catch at the 10-yard line. 30-yard punt. All net. Couple of first downs for Kansas City, but no score. Next Monday night, we'll be in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to watch the MVPs of Super Bowl 42 and 44 lead their teams. Eli and the Giants losing last night to Philadelphia. Saints off the bye at 7-3. 6-4 G-men wait. Monday Night Football from New Orleans, 1 week from tonight. Brady and the Patriots take over from the 10, and Ben Jarvis Green Ellis runs to the left side for about 3 yards. Johnson and Arenas on the tackle.
Well, Tamba Ali is a guy that really has to get revved up for this game. As you can see, he has 6 sacks. The Chiefs overall only 9 as a team. With Tom Brady back there, you need quick pressure on Tom Brady. You got to get him off his launch point.
Second and 7. Johnson's pressure was picked up. Aaron Hernandez underneath. Got away from Brandon Carr and got the first down at the 34-yard line.
Nice blitz pick up there, big first down. But going back to Tamba Ali, they need more than Tamba Ali. They need Justin Houston, his 3rd-round draft choice out of Georgia, to pick up the slack also. They've had no pressure all year other than Tamba Ali, and the Chiefs have paid for it. They've got to get another pass rusher besides Holly going.
After the first down of the night for the Patriots, Nate Solder, the 1st-round pick, in as an extra lineman, blocking for BenJarvus Green-Ellis, who comes left for 3 yards.
Nate Solder comes in as an eligible tight end, almost 6'9", 290 pounds, and it really drives defenses crazy because you really don't want to substitute into some base personnel. That's when Hernandez, Gronkowski can still mismatch you. But Nate Solder is a joker deluxe. He can play tight end or tackle, and he does them both well.
And he was a tight end in college, so he can catch the football.
On 2nd and 7, Brady, first look not there, and has to throw incomplete. That's what they talked about, Ron, during the week. Can we move Brady off the spot?
Well, if you study Tom Brady throughout the years, the one area that he struggles with is pressure up the middle. Now, this guy is one of the greatest of all time, but you start getting people in his face. Tom is very mechanically oriented. He likes to be perfect in that pocket, have a clean pocket, to plan, step, and throw. You muddy the pocket, he can struggle.
Jovan Belcher came with the pressure. Chad Ochocinco's at the top of the screen. And on 3rd and 7, Brady for Gronkowski. Couldn't hang on, as he was tagged by Donald Washington, who started for the injured John McGraw tonight. And the Patriots will punt for the 2nd time.
Yeah, one of the few drops that you'll see from Rob Gronkowski. He comes off the line here. He just going to run a little crossing route underneath and doesn't hold on to the football. And Brady loves these tight ends. Gronkowski and Hernandez, they've been targeted 128 times so far this year.
Chiefs were hunting them up, though. They were ready for Gronkowski there.
Zoltan Mesko again. Another great kick. 52 yards. From the 21, Javier Arenas got away from one tackle, and Mesko had to help with the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a very nice return of about 25 yards for the Chiefs' Javier Arenas. Brady only 1 of 5 here in this first quarter. 28, first start in the NFL. So Tyler Palko's path to this night. We mentioned his time at Pittsburgh, second to Dan Marino. Career touchdown passes at the university in his hometown of Pittsburgh, PA. Went to the Saints, learned a lot in his time there around Drew Brees, although he didn't see the field and was eventually released. And then Arizona, the UFL, the CFL, Pittsburgh, a lot of doors knocked on, a lot of stops, but very few snaps. And the backup here in Kansas City, 30 snaps in the last 2 years, 13 pass attempts coming in here tonight. And starting on Monday Night Football, 3rd drive for Palko and the Chiefs. Starts with a Jackie Battle run to the left, 3 yards to midfield.
Palko's been very efficient so far, completed 4 or 5 passes. You know, when you look at a guy 28 years old getting his first start, this is a mature quarterback, not necessarily in playing experience, but he can handle the game. Just remember this, Kurt Warner got his first start when he was 28 years old as well, and he's headed to the Hall of Fame.
Saw the tackle made by James Ahedebo, injured last series. Back now, Thomas Jones runs to the 45 as Gerard Mayo makes the tackle. A gain of about 5. Thomas Jones been around a long time, guys. 31 years old. 12th year in the league out of Virginia. See all of his numbers. Second to LaDainian Tomlinson among active players, but really a bit part now.
Yeah, he's a thumper, Mike. He'll run between those tackles, just move the pile.
And Jared Gaither, they big Offensive tackles checked in at the top of the screen as an eligible tight end. Here comes the Wildcat.
Palko goes out of there. They snap it to Jeremy Urban, or he gets it to McCluster for the first down at the 37-yard line. You told us this pregame.
I had a feeling you're going to see the no huddle. You're going to see anything to help you win the game. You're going to see Palko motion out, and they're going to direct snap the football to number 83, Jeremy Urban, who's the third quarterback of the Chiefs. They run a read option. That looked like McCluster at Ole Miss again.
Urban was a high school quarterback for 2 years, a 5A level quarterback. Palko first down run. McCluster almost snuck out of the Rob Ninkovich tackle, and Kansas City has much better offense tempo going here in this first quarter, surprisingly.
No question. They are in and out of the huddle. Their tempo is good. They're confident right now. They run that draw play that seems to be the vogue play in the NFL this year with much success. You get this guy McCluster in space, he can make some plays for you. He's going to explode for when you keep getting him in the areas where he can make people miss.
So Jim Zorn there before Belichick. Zorn, former Redskins head coach, quarterbacks coach here, working with Palko a lot the last couple of days. Here is Thomas Jones hopping to the outside, and Thomas Jones passed ahead of Bo. Inside the 5, it's first and goal. Kansas City at the 1.
I like what they're doing. They're using a lot of motion with the tight end, and they're going to slide the fullback, LaRon McClain, across the backfield to cut off the backside. And watch Thomas Jones press it, cut it back. Excellent work on the edge, blocking by Dwayne Bowe. And Thomas Jones, he knows how to run the rock. He's done it for 12 years.
You saw him step out of bounds there, and they got it coming up, so they mark him at the 5. First and goal, Kansas City. Jones is the back. He's got it again, got a block from McClain, but a penalty marker down. We had a lot of movement from the Chiefs, and I think 2 guys are moving at once.
Well, Leonard Pope went in motion. I think they got him.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men moving and did not reset prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's a critical penalty. First and goal at the 5. Leonard Pope, are you going to come across in motion or are you going to come across in shift? You can't do both. Big penalty right here by the Kansas City Chiefs.
And what Palko brings to this offense is mobility. I expect to see him move outside the pocket if they throw.
On first and goal, here is Jones looking for the right side. That time he is stopped. Brandon Dederick joins Gerard Mayo. No gain for Jones, who had that 26-yard run a moment ago. His longest run in exactly 1 year.
I think Todd Haley, the head coach of the Chiefs, very comfortable with Tyler Palko. He has all the audibles. He has the entire system at his disposal. Here he is in a no-back set. Alert for the Patriots to just rush 3 here.
Cluster comes back in the backfield, and Palko, design run, snuffed out by Andre Carter. Loss of 6.
Andre Carter can play the run and the pass. He's seen a couple draws already. That time it's a quarterback draw, and Carter says, He starts rushing up the field. He reads out of the rush, makes a nice play against Brandon Albert for a tackle for loss. But I go back to that first and goal penalty, Mike. That really hurts. You got to be careful right here with the football if you throw it. Third and goal from the 15.
The cluster move to the wing. Deep drop. Palko looking. Bring it down to Dwayne Bowe. Gets to the 8. They'll get a field goal opportunity of about 25 yards.
Very good judgment by Tyler Palko. When you watch the Patriots defense, they expanded down at the goal line and gave no windows to throw the football into. He handled that throw like a wily old veteran. Check it down. Don't make a mistake in that area of the field. Give your kicker an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
Out of South Carolina, the last pick of the 09 draft, Mr. Irrelevant, Ryan Suckup, officially 26. will knock it through. First points of the game. Kansas City. Tyler Palko up 3-0 on New England. A lot of folks thought this would be a blowout on the first quarter. Kansas City hanging in there, leading 3-0 with Tyler Palko getting his first NFL start next to another lefty quarterback. Jim Zorn is QB coach. Good start for Kansas City. They've run 18 plays with 103 yards. Meantime, Brady and the Patriots, 2 series, and only 19 yards and 1 first down.
Yeah, and Tom off to a slow start, only 1 of 5 for 11 yards.
Well, defensive coordinator Romeo Crennel.
Oh, look at this guy's onside kick try. It is touched before it goes 10 yards. It hit a Kansas City leg, so it didn't travel the 10 before the recovery by Kendrick Lewis. Now they'll have a conversation. It appeared to hit a leg of a Chief as we watched it live.
What a gutsy call by this Kansas City coach, Todd Haley. I love it. Watch it. It's like a quick count onside kick. And I think a Chief kicked the ball right there inside of 10 yards.
Ooh. Not there, not there. Would have been the last one, the last player through.
Wow. Oh, let's get a look at this.
Well, you rally around your young quarterback.
Still talking about it here.
Little no huddle, trickery in a kicking game.
Illegal touching, kicking team, number 23. New England will take the ball at the spot. First down.
They say it was Kendrick Lewis. What the disadvantage is, obviously, it's a great attempt to catch him by surprise. You give Brady and the Patriots a short field when your defense was playing well and your quarterback looked to be settled in. Let's get one more look at it from the opposite side.
Yep. They hit Corey Greenwood, number 93.
Right there.
Good call by the official.
9 seconds on the game clock. 1:29.
Those surprise onside kicks thus far this year have been recovered 50% by the kicking team. So it's been a 50-50 shot. When it's one of those, it's the end of the game, they anticipate an onside kick, 13% is the rate of recovery. So those have worked. Todd Haley's asking if he's going to reach for a challenge flag here. He's asking about the touching of the ball illegally. 2 officials over there having a conversation with him. And Clete Blakeman wants to know, why aren't we going here? The side judge, Greg Meyer, stopped the play to give an explanation to Haley.
And Todd doesn't like the explanation, obviously.
To read his lips at the end there, say it's got to go more than 10 yards. It was touched before 10. Chance for Brady. Short field to work with. Gronkowski gain of 8. Pushed out by Jaleel Brown, the corner.
Well, Tom Brady was taking his shot play there. He was trying to get something down the field, but it wasn't there. That's that go zone for the Patriots. They get across that 50. They like to hit you hard with the shot play, but Brady saw it wasn't there, checked it down.
Solder reports in as an eligible receiver, 77. He's off on the edge, blocking Tamba Hali and clearing the way for BenJarvus Green-Ellis to get a first down to the 32-yard line.
They're using Nate Solder as a fullback. That time he motioned across the formation into the backfield, and he does an excellent job attacking Tamba Hali, who's supposed to set the edge. You don't see fullbacks that are 6'8.5", 300 pounds often. You do here in Foxborough.
He's in excess of 300.
I'd say ever. Final half minute of this first quarter, and Brady with time, able to throw to Hernandez, who got tangled with Brandon Carr. No flag and an incompletion.
Tom Brady not happy right there with Hernandez. They picked up the blitz. They have the one-on-one coverage, and that's what Hernandez has been able to do all year. Beat cornerbacks one-on-one. They had the double move set up right there. Timing was off.
Chiefs with a late substitution. Brady just 2 of 7 in this first quarter. Green Ellis to the right, waiting for his blocks, but a good job to peel off the block by Justin Houston, that third-round pick you talked about earlier.
It's hard to run the ball against this Kansas City Chief defense. That time New England goes to 3 tight ends and 1 back. And Justin Houston does a nice job as an outside linebacker, setting the edge, forcing it back inside where his teammates can rally and make the tackle. And here's a long yardage third down coming up. And Kansas City's done a great job fooling Tom Brady so far.
Third down to start the second quarter. Pat's 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, watch what they've done. An exchange blitz. You're going to see Derek Johnson 56 blitz, and they cover Woodhead with number 91, a defensive end, Holly. Then they're going to double Wes Welker out of motion, and they're going to double Gronkowski across the field. Let's double Brady's top 2 receivers. Strange combination coverages and combination blitzes by Romeo Crennel. He's got 5 world championship rings for a reason. Nice job so far by Romeo.
2 is his Giants assistant. 3 is the coordinator here with New England. 3rd and 8 to start the second quarter. Here comes the pressure, picked up by Woodhead, but Brady reloads, hit from behind, lost the football. It's free and Kansas City's recovered. Wallace Gilberry was pursuing and able to punch it out as Brady was scrambling.
The Chiefs are a good blitzing team. They don't blitz a lot, but when they bring the heat, they're very effective with it. Also, good coverage downfield.
Well, Javier Arenas is going to blitz off the weak side. Danny Woodhead's going to pick it up. And Tom Brady's going to try to get out of there, but Wallace Gilberry, number 92, just keeps hunting. Brady's clock has to go off. Get rid of that football. Nice effort by the Kansas City Chiefs, particularly Wallace Gilberry. He's a guy that's had 11.5 sacks the last 2 years. That's just his second one this season. They need him to keep it going tonight. Huge get off by the Chiefs.
And the coverage is good downfield. That's the key to it.
Yeah. You know, if you're thinking, I rarely see that happen with Brady, but it feels like more and more lately. You're right. That's 4 straight games now where Brady has fumbled. First down run, Jackie Battle gains 3 yards to the 30-yard line. So Romeo Crennel talked about, can we get to Brady? And so far, they have in the key spots.
Yeah. Not only, excuse me, Ron, not only has he done it with pressure, he's done it with different coverages. They've used combination coverages, straight man blitz coverages, different kind of zone coverages. He went up against Tom Brady every day for about 5 years. He knows he's got to mix up the looks. Look at these Patriots right now. There's a lot of concern on that sideline. They've got him off the beaten path right now.
2nd and 7. Here's a toss. Jackie Battle with a flag down. Battle's down after a gain of just a couple. Antoine Molden, who's making his first NFL start here tonight for the injured Devin McCourty, made the play.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
A couple tough calls on Leonard Pope right now that have hurt the Chiefs. But
New England elects to decline the penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
you know, back to Romeo Crennel. You know, he told us last night he needed to get this thing heated up a little bit. They only blitz about 25% through their first 9 games, but they're getting after it tonight with success. So, you know, success breeds success. We're going to continue to see it from Romeo.
Thomas Jones, the back, 3rd and 6 for Tyler Palko. Palko, time, and a fire. Back shoulder caught, and Dwayne Bowe goes down the sideline. He stepped out of bounds at the 41-yard line, but it is a first down throw of 28 yards.
That's just great football by Tyler Palko and Bowe, but they bring the fullback across to help their right tackle. They knew Richardson would need a little help in the backfield. He helped the tight end, actually. And Palko's just standing back there, no one near him. Excellent back shoulder fade to Bowe. Here comes some more no huddle.
Are you kidding me? This Palko's been unbelievable so far.
Here's Jones up the middle to the 37-yard line. Julian Edelman getting more snaps on defense there. Part of the tackle party. Well, Jaws, why are you surprised at Palko's performance so far?
Well, he hasn't gotten the experience in practice, the playing time, the practice time. He comes out here, you know, you're throwing back shoulders, fades 20 yards down the field right on the money to guys that you hardly spent any time with. Pretty amazing. And the fact that Haley's, you know, dialing him up for him to throw him.
This is 2nd and 6. Palko. Sack. Brought down. Andre Carter again. Mark Anderson the first pressure, but Carter gets the cleanup and the sack.
I think that's bad football right there by Palko. You got to have a clock in your head and get rid of this football. Not the greatest pass protection, but you can't hitch 3 times. Mark Anderson, the ex-Chicago Bear, Andre Carter, the ex-Washington Redskin, have found new life here in New England. Credit to them.
Palko better cover that ball up when he's in traffic.
For now, they give that sack just to Anderson. It looked like a split at worst. 3rd and 14. Patriots rush 3, and Palko throws incomplete. Trying to find Jonathan Baldwin in that New England zone defense.
Mistakes have really hurt Kansas City. 1st and goal at the 5, they have a penalty. They have a penalty on this drive. But you got to give Kansas City credit. They've done a nice job moving the ball, making yards. But remember, a Bill Belichick defense might yield some yardage, but they don't give up points. So far, that's the case.
Dustin Colquitt. Good hang time. End over end. Welker lets it bounce, and the bounce is favorable for Kansas City as it's down at the 6. The struggling New England offense has a long field and a 3-point deficit.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by GMC. Enter the Never Say Never sweepstakes for a chance to win a GMC Sierra Denali at gmc.com/NFL. Walmart. Save money. Live better. Walmart. Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. And AT&T. Get it faster with 4G. Rethink possible.
First sign of some holiday lights. A Christmas tree decorated there downtown. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Ron Jaworski, Susie Culver on the sideline. Clear night, temperature in the low 30s. Pats offense ice cold. 13 plays, 33 yards. Brady empties out the backfield. Fires complete to Deion Branch to the 13-yard line.
New England has an array of no-back formations. That time they motioned Danny Woodhead out while Tom Brady read the deployment of the Chiefs defense. He loves to shuffle all 5 of his eligible receivers all over the field to try to read the deployment and put New England in optimum situations.
Woodhead runs to the left and gets a first down. We've seen no huddle from New England. We've also seen them with quick tempo out of the huddle, and they'll start with some of those wrinkles, I would imagine now.
I think the no huddle would be a good idea. The Patriots have excelled at it. They want to try to calm this Chief defense down. Try to regulate them a little bit. Restrict their communication. Obviously, New England went back to the huddle. That's what I know.
Way down. Kansas City rush 5. Brady, nobody open at first, and he goes down. A sack. Come on, Gordon. Starting for the injured Glenn Dorsey. Comes up with his first sack of the year.
What would you do if you're the quarterback? I mean, they got Chiefs standing all over the line of scrimmage. Look at them. And on the snap of the ball, there's going to be 3 or 4 of these Chiefs blitzing. 3 or 4 of them run out of there into zone coverage and double wide receivers and tight ends. Tom Brady's confused. There's nowhere to throw the football, and the pass rush is heating up.
It's a 7th blitz by the Chiefs already.
After Gordon's first career sack in his 27th NFL game, 2nd and 12. Another blitz. The pass came out hot, incomplete for Aaron Hernandez. We toss it to Trey Wingo for SportsCenter right now.
All right, Michael, thank you. Speaking of tossing, Tigers pitcher Justin Verlander has won the American League Most Valuable Player Award. He's the first starting pitcher since Roger Clemens to win the MVP award. He also won the Cy Young earlier. Meanwhile, Bears quarterback Jay Cutler has a broken right thumb, will undergo surgery. The Bears are hopeful, Mike, he will be back before the end of the regular season. Let's go back to Foxborough.
Terrible news for the Bears, 7-3. 3rd and 12, Taylor Price in the game. In that bunch formation, And Brady pressured again and brought down, this time Ali. What is going on up front for the Patriots?
Tamba Hali.
Three-man rush.
Watch this rush. He's just going to come right inside of Sebastian Vollmer, who doesn't put a glove on him. The Kansas City Chiefs, they told us they did not like the play last week against Denver. All those runs and options.
Right.
They couldn't wait to rush the passer again, and it shows tonight.
3 sacks in 18 possessions. Mesko kicking out of his own end zone. 50 yards. Here's Arenas in the 44, trying to set up a block, find some space. But Javier Arenas gives the Chiefs good field position at the New England 44. Brady bewildered by Kansas City's pass rush with 3 sacks in the first half. Scott Pioli's the general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs. Spent a lot of time here in New England starting in 2000. Then in 2002 got the job as vice president of player personnel. Very instrumental in building those championship teams here in New England, bringing his Chiefs team to Foxborough tonight. With his backup quarterback up 3-0, Jackie Battle. They rallied to the ball and a couple of yards lost. James Ahedebo, along with Andre Carter on the stop.
You know, Andre Carter can't play that play any better. Toss right at him, gets off a block, and then stuffs Jackie Battle. Watch him get off the block by McClain, regain his balance, and make a form tackle. What a football player. He's been an outstanding pro in San Francisco, Washington, now New England. Great free agent pickup, under the radar pickup by the New England Patriots.
After the loss of a yard, here's Palco firing high, and Baldwin was well covered by Kyle Arrington, the most experienced, most reliable DB the Patriots have right now because of all the injuries.
Yeah, the one thing when you watch Tyler Palco on that throw, he does not possess the big, strong arm. You could stick those throws in there. He has to get a little loft on the football.
Third and 11, Ninkovich came free off the edge, but they draw it with Thomas Jones. First down to the 31-yard line, and a flag comes in very late, thrown by the back judge. Thrown back at the 35-yard line.
Holding. Offense, number 45. 10-yard penalty, still third down.
Leonard Pope.
Oh, that's a second major penalty on Pope. They get him on a 3rd and 11 draw play. Let's see for ourselves if Leonard Pope, he's blocking Julian Edelman, who's a wide receiver. I don't know. That looks like domination to me. That's a play you can call when you're on the road, a draw play on 3rd and 11, because when I called one of those at home, they booed me out of the stadium.
Wait.
But they had the right play called against a man-to-man underneath defense. Critical penalty by Pope.
You wouldn't let fan reaction impact your call, would you?
No, I'm not sensitive at all.
Okay. Well, the penalty makes it 3rd and 14, and they get it to Jeremy Horn coming around from the end, and Edelman makes the tackle at the 43-yard line. It has been a trademark of Belichick teams for years. You're cross-trained, help us at multiple positions, and the receiver and kick returner making tackles as a DB.
This is a Statue of Liberty to a receiver, Horn, who just got activated. I have never seen the Patriots in a slugfest like this in the last few years.
Colquitt to kick it away. He's done a good job hitting the pads inside the 10. This one run up and fair caught by Welker at the 15. Well, the Chiefs look like they had a draw for first down, but Pope, they say, was grabbing the inside Edelman's jersey there. Called for the hold, erased the first down. A chilled and surprised crowd here in Foxborough. Halfway through the second quarter, Patriots being shut out by Kansas City. 3-0 KC on top, and Jarvis Green Ellis gets a couple, and more bad news for the Patriots. Here's Susie Colbert.
Yeah, one of Tom Brady's favorite receivers, Deion Branch, hasn't been able to get back on the field. He hasn't been able to get his left hamstring loose. He's been standing in front of the heaters. Trainers worked on him. He's got his helmet in his hand now. He's trying to get back out there, just can't get it loose.
Susie will keep an eye on Branch. That would mean Chad Ochocinco perhaps for more of an expanded offensive role here. Nate Solder once again reports eligible, 77. As Ali gets held off that time. And the Brady pass is complete to Aaron Hernandez. Taking Patriots to the first down out shy of the 32.
Yep. One thing about Tom Brady, he understands pressure. Ali comes from Tom's right. He just slides over the left a little bit. You'll see the pressure coming. Now Tom's that wily old veteran. He feels it, moves to his left, and delivers a strike for the first down.
Just Brady's fourth completion of the night. Out to Hernandez. Welker blocking ahead of him. 9 yards for Aaron.
Well, that's a running play. Nate Solder again coming across in motion. They want to run the ball to the right. That time Tom Brady saw a number count. Didn't look good, so he pulls it out, throws it out there to Hernandez. Tom Brady has a lot of freedom in this offense to run it, audible, or have a pass play built into some of these runs. That's why they've been so hard to stop. Number 12 always is in control.
And for the 40, it's been all Green Ellis on the ground here tonight. And Ben Jarvis twisted back, but he has a first down. And then that late hit by Vollmer as Javier Arenas was coming to the pile. No flags thrown. And a first down, New England.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis continues to be the leading rusher here. Undrafted free agent out of Ole Miss. They drafted 2 backs, Vereen out of Cal, Ridley out of LSU. They have Danny Woodhead, but at the end of the day, they trust Green Ellis. He takes care of the football. He can run it, catch it, and pick up blitzes.
Comes to the right, stopped up, only gains about 3 yards. He was telling me on Saturday about the time around Kevin Falk, who's inactive tonight, how important he was. There were veterans here. Fred Taylor was on the roster. So these are guys he learned from, and he's also been terrific about taking care of the ball. 475 touches, hasn't turned it over. It's the longest streak to begin a career in NFL history.
Well, if New England continues to use all these linemen and tight ends, Romeo Crennel's countering it with big defensive linemen for the Chiefs.
2nd and 7. Brady fakes the handoff, and as he throws, there's Gronkowski running free. Gronkowski inside the 10, stays in bounds. Touchdown.
Well, it's only a matter of time. You give these Patriots shots. You give Brady shots. He's going to slice you up eventually. The play action throws the secondary and the linebackers for the Chiefs. Gronkowski ends up wide open. You'll see Brady right here. The play action fake just frees everyone in that secondary. All of a sudden you see the void of the defense. Now Gronkowski comes in. Check Gronkowski on the right. Here comes the blitz. He's wide open. Brady just takes him into the void. And you got a guy this size, this speed. It's another touchdown for Gronkowski.
Well, the Chiefs blew the coverage. Great job by the Patriot offense, but Kansas City is going to get gashed if they blow a coverage and don't cover Gronkowski.
Clete Blakeman, the referee, is looking at his pager, waiting to see if the touchdown's confirmed or not, as Gronkowski went down the sideline. Great job to keep his balance.
The previous play is under review.
And they're going to need to take a little bit longer look. It's very close. The first look, it looked like Rob stayed in bounds. Full speed at 6'6", 265 pounds. They'll look at it. Looks good here. Looked good before break. Looked good during the break.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
So Rob Gronkowski gets his 9th touchdown of the season, 19th of his career.
Yeah, I didn't think there's any doubt of this. I don't know why you even need to replay. It wasn't even close, but when a man that big and that fast gets it going, Good luck bringing him down.
The impressive ability at that height and weight to turn the corner and not get thrown off balance by Kendrick Lewis and his dive. Extra point added by Stephen Gostkowski. So after 4 very out of the ordinary drives from the Patriots, they go 85.
I think they blow the coverage. You're going to see Derek Johnson right here. They're going to blitz off the edge, and Derek Johnson's got to fall out and cover Gronkowski. That's just too easy. Great job by Tom Brady stepping up to avoid the penetration. But that's probably the easiest of Dan Gronkowski's 19th Rob Gronkowski, I'm sorry.
He's got a brother.
That's probably the easiest of his 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, you get that 19th. We had 18 for him coming in tonight in his first 25 career games. That's the most by a tight end in NFL history. So he's really made such a great impact. His unique size, second year out of Arizona, and slightly off the radar for some because of that back injury that he had that prevented him from playing his last year with the Wildcats.
Yeah, he's on everyone's radar right now, particularly Tom Brady. You got that size, that speed, that ability to separate, that catching radius. Oh, as a quarterback, you're in love with him.
Well, he takes a lot of pride knowing he's Tom Brady's go-to guy, and boy, the Patriots line him up everywhere. Brady's still, with teammate Wes Welker, figuring out Romeo Crennel's plan tonight.
Gostkowski to kick. Javier Arenas back to receive. Run up to get it, just shy of 5. And Arenas is tackled by Nico Kudavides, the special teamer, right around the 20-yard line. College football, Ohio State, Michigan from the Big House. Across the country on ABC Saturday at noon. And Virginia Tech takes on the very improved Virginia team. Or Oregon State, Oregon. You'll see one on your ABC station. Whatever you're not getting there, you'll get on ESPN2, the other one. And then Penn State and Wisconsin here on ESPN 3:30 Eastern. The winner goes to play Michigan State in the first Big Ten championship game at the Super Bowl site in Indianapolis. As the college season winds down with 1, 2, 3 in the BCS, all the teams from the SEC West. Palco and the Chiefs now trail, take over at their own 20. And Tyler, the lefty, comes out to Dwayne Bowe, gain of 7, with a head of Bowe making the tackle. Dwayne Bowe, who on the first year Todd Haley arrived, they kind of had a little bit of a clash. Bowe didn't see eye to eye with Haley, and they really got him to be a very productive receiver again last year with a huge touchdown number, 15 season ago. Thomas Jones runs up the middle, close to the first down. It's Gary Guyton.
I like the fact they're using. I like the fact they're using Thomas Jones, the ex-New York Jet. You know he hates the Patriots. He loves an opportunity like this. Already had a big run earlier in the first quarter. He's a downhill back, and clearly he's getting a majority of the work tonight.
3rd and inches, and they'll throw here with Palco. And it's complete to Pope to the 40-yard line for a first down.
Well, you gotta love this Palco guy, the poise in the pocket on a 3rd and short, and you'll see Brandon Albert right here on Andre Carter does a great job. That's what you want to do. Get your hands on that pass rusher and just stone him at the line of scrimmage.
Palco 8 of 11 so far with a pump and a throw towards Breston, who's got it. Steve Breston takes it into Patriots territory with a good first down game.
No Huddle has the Patriots off balance that time again. The protection outstanding. It gives Breston a chance to run a double move on Kyle Arrington. Kansas City's moved the ball. They got to stay away from penalties here. Finish it.
For a gain of 19, Palco right back to work. In the middle, it's Pope. Inside the 35, Guyton takes him down.
That's a nice job going through his progression. That time Palco has a slot combination to his left. They cover it. Watch him reset and find his tight end right over the football. That's just excellent understanding by Tyler Palco. He's comfortable in his chief offense.
Good drive. Started back at the 20. 2nd and 3. Pressure off the edge. And as he throws, Breston, he got hit, and it's intercepted by Arrington. Kyle Arrington off the deflection, and what a hit made coming back on the block. 2 big hits, and a Chief is down. Kansas City's injured players get up slowly. On the deflection, intercepted by Arrington. Leads the NFL now with 6 INTs.
Well, that's just a bad throw by Palko. Watch it. It's going to be a slant to his left. Preston's wide open. I know Palko got hit by Ninkovich, who's unaccounted for, but tip passes in the middle of the field are going to be a problem. And number 74, Kyle Love. Boy, did he hit Ryan Lilja on that interception.
Yeah, on the return, knocked Lilja, the guard, down. He got up, and he's okay. So the Patriots take over at the 46. Woodhead running just inside the 2-minute warning. He takes it close to midfield. Dan Connolly, the Patriots center, is out of the game. He's injured as well. Ryan Wendell in there. Inside at 2. Patriots up 4, driving. Chris Berman, Adam Schefter, Chris Mortensen have the fastest 3, the perfect pack. Bound for Detroit for Thanksgiving. The injury to Jay Cutler, the update on that. And talk about baseball and Justin Verlander doing the unique double with Cy Young and the MVP. Congratulations to Justin. All coming up, Toyota halftime show. Deion Branch back in for the Patriots with that left hamstring injury. 2nd and 7. Brady hits Woodhead. Got a block from the new center, Ryan Wendell. And Woodhead's out of bounds inside the 35.
Boy, that's a great job by Ryan Wendell. When you run a screen pass and you're the first lineman out, you have to look for that linebacker who's matching the back in man-to-man coverage. And if you get him, you got a big play. Great job by Wendell.
Patriots, as you see, 2 timeouts remaining here in the half, in great field position at the 35. And Brady's pass to Gronkowski is a first down, but a flag is down as Gronkowski gets to the 18-yard line.
Boy, if you ISO on Gronkowski here against Jalil Brown, it'll be interesting how the ref sees this. The rookie from Colorado.
Holding. Defense, number 27. Penalties decline. It's enough for a first down.
Oh, we got Donald Washington.
Yeah, must have been away from the ball.
He doesn't know.
Yeah. What happened?
They're using Jalil Brown, the Colorado Buffalo, who was an outstanding corner as a collegiate, but a big corner to match up with Gronkowski inside. Great throw by Brady.
From the 18, toss Woodhead left, Light and Hernandez block. Woodhead inside the 10. First and goal, New England at the 5.
Boy, they get that toss crack going around the left side. A nice seam for Danny Woodhead. Hernandez on the block. They just blew away the right side of that Chiefs defensive line. You'll see the toss right there. Matt Light out in front. Hernandez, great block. Deion Branch downfield. Well executed by this Patriots offense.
Boy, they love the play action pass here, the Patriots do, on these early first and goal red zone calls.
Hernandez, Branch, Gronkowski, Welker, the 4 receivers. And a flag. So we're inside of a minute. With the flag thrown, and Brady has the option. 10-second runoff or use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff with this flag.
False start. Offense, number 70. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down. This foul also requires a 10-second runoff. So please put 49 seconds on the game clock, 49 seconds.
What's amazing, the Patriots don't have more false starts. They're on their 3rd center already. Wendell in there. A lot of changes on this line, and they do a lot before the ball snapped.
Dan Connolly hurt on the prior drive. We'll say groin injury, questionable to return. Brady hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. See that pocket around Brady collapsed quickly as Tamba Hali came in with the rush. And a couple of Chiefs shaken up as they collided.
Well, the one thing that the Chiefs are doing defensively, they're matching up man-to-man in the secondary, and that's allowing that pass rush pressure to get to Brady. Here you see Vollmer having a tough time with Ali again. But the thing is, they're not giving Tom those easy zone throws. We could check it down. They're playing man, forcing the tough throw.
Check on the injured Justin Houston. Timeout. Back here in Foxborough, Patriots 7, Chiefs 3. The injury to Justin Houston, third-round pick of the Chiefs. He was at Georgia and played defensive end his last couple of years and was battling with Matt Light on the left side. You'll see Light's hand up by Houston and his face mask. And Houston slides down there. Good news is he's jogging off as you watch this replay. Drives, but caught the Chiefs with a defensive lapse. And Rob Gronkowski had a 52-yard touchdown reception on the last drive. And a good 2-minute drill here has them at the 11, 2nd and goal. 5 in the pattern for Brady. And Tom takes off at the 5. Awkwardly hit at the 3-yard line as Donald Washington spills him with 25 seconds left.
Well, you need an hourglass to time Brady running up the middle.
While continuing to run, Chiefs not taking a time. And now Bill Belichick comes down and takes one with 18 seconds left. So they'll discuss 3rd and goal as we step out. Out of the New England timeout, Brady's run brings them down to the 3, and it's 3rd and goal. Branch and Hernandez come to the right. Welker joins them. And a timeout taken by Kansas City as they saw what New England was doing, and Todd Haley ran down to get the stop. Goal, 18 seconds left. Be right back. 3rd and goal, New England.
Patriots are going to have 2 plays called.
Brady can read the defense, change to the one he wants. He's got Woodhead. Ball separated from Woodhead, and the head linesman is ruling that as a catch and a fumble for the moment. Let's see. Now, the other officials coming in to join the conversation.
That's incomplete.
The beanbag thrown meant he ruled it there, a fumble, and now it's ruled incomplete.
Derek Johnson fights through the traffic, and ball slightly behind Woodhead. Johnson just rips it out.
I'll say that's a great play. Yeah. Derek Johnson made 2 great plays in that series. Man to man, you got to fight through that traffic to make that play. You got to give Derek Johnson a lot of credit. Plays on every down. Athletic linebacker from Texas. Saved the day there.
Gostkowski on for the short field goal from 21 yards. And he knocks it through to make it 10-3 New England with 10 seconds remaining. Of course, in the last 2 minutes, if they wanted to, they could have reviewed that upstairs and called down to take a look if he had possession and broke the plane. But they changed the ruling on the field, and the field goal gives the Patriots the 7-point lead.
Kansas City's played hard in the first half. They've really shot themselves in the foot a few times offensively with the 1st and goal penalty. They had a 3rd down conversion run called back with the penalty, and then Palco's interception. He's got Breston open. In a lot of ways, Kansas City has outplayed the Patriots in the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you. The interception really was the killer. Palco's been steady, made one mistake, and it really hurt him.
And the one mistake defensively that Kansas City makes is Johnson apparently blows the coverage, and Gronkowski runs free for the 52-yard score. Allowed a New England offense that was slumbering to get going. There are the numbers for Tyler Palco in his first NFL start. But you know, when we spoke with Palco last night, you got the sense from the neck up he was ready for it. He really understands football. Talked about what Belichick teams historically like to do with inexperienced quarterbacks. The question was, from the neck down, would he be able to do what his brain was telling him to do?
Yeah, there's no question. He was a confident young man. You know, he's played well here, but you can see his flaws. He really doesn't have that big, strong arm to make those tougher throws down the field.
10 seconds left. They'll bounce it. Try not to let it get back to Arenas. And immediately, Allen Bailey went down without being touched. And they blow the whistle as he gets to the 25-yard line.
You can say whatever you want about the Kansas City Chiefs and Tyler Palco and all that. They've scored 3 points. They've scored 13 points in their last 2 home games. somehow, some way, Kansas City needs to finish a drive and score a touchdown, because their season is slipping away, and they need to take advantage of this decimated New England Patriots secondary.
7 seconds left from the 25-yard line. Only one timeout. And they run the draw here with Jones. Thomas only gaining a yard or so as the half comes to an end. New England gets the ball first to start the third quarter. Patriots lead 10-3 as we send it to Chris Berman now and the Toyota halftime show. Boom.
Okay, Michael, thanks.
Strong, push forward, and reach beyond. Determined to stand victorious. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. The conflict continues.
One of the hard to forecast, hard to predict AFC. Another one. Here come the Kansas City Chiefs, couple touchdown underdog. Guy making his first start against Brady and the Pats, who just steamrolled the Jets. It's 10-3 starting the third quarter. Mike John Jaws, what do you think from a Chiefs standpoint?
Chiefs have had good balance in the first half. 20 runs, 15 passes. They've got to finish. I think the second half they come out and take some shots down the field.
Well, this is what the Patriots do extremely well at home. They go into the locker room, they make adjustments, they get the opening kickoff, they put the Chiefs away. I expect some more no huddle from New England, and I look for a little bit more maximum protections to calm down some of these Chiefs blitzes, because they worked in the first half.
They've done a good job. Romeo Crennel's game plan here on this cold night. Glad you guys brought your overcoats. Y'all look nice and warm.
We're not as tough as you, Mike, up there in Ann Arbor.
No,
we're going to wear a hat like yours.
Well, it's function over fashion. You guys have hair to keep your heads warm.
I was going to say anything, Mike, but that might be the worst hat I've ever seen.
That's nice. Thank you. Hey, John, happy holidays, pal.
Yeah.
Great to meet you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ryan Suckup with the kickoff. And let's see if Woodhead will bring it. Yep. We're about 4 yards out. Here comes Danny. At the 15, nice tackle by Jeremy Horner. Susie Colbert on the sideline.
Well, Chiefs players came out of the locker room chanting, "Keep the intensity up, keep rocking." And head coach Todd Haley said Tyler Palko's strength is tempo. That's what they wanted. That's what they're getting. Of course, they're hurting themselves. Talk to Romeo Crennel as well. Their game plan, bring the heat. Players were excited about it, but he said for the second half, it's got to be mix it up, because if you make one mistake against Brady, as you saw, he'll eat you up.
And that was the touchdown. That's the difference right now, Suze. Brady and the Patriots from their own 15. And Tom gets it to Ben Jarvis. Green Ellis got some good blocks. And Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis keeps going for 25 yards. Logan Mankins, the block to spring him out near the 40.
Well, that's one way to slow down a pass rush. It's a screen pass, and Logan Mankins is 25 yards downfield after this screen play. But watch the fake. Tom comes out, looks right, gives ground, and finds Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Textbook, right down the numbers. Look at the hustle by these Patriot linemen. Great start to the second half.
Justin Houston missed the tackle. Dan Connolly, the starting center, still out with a groin injury. Ryan Wendell in there. Green Ellis runs for a yard. You know, guys, one name we haven't talked about much since the beginning, Wes Welker. Hasn't been thrown to tonight. The guy who leads the league in receptions and receiving yards.
Yeah, one thing about Wes Welker, you see the coverage on him. There's one underneath, one over the top. Here on the outside, lock it in and out. Jam him, reroute him, hold him up, break down the timing. Here, you got Derek Johnson dropping out into coverage. Always double team. The one thing about Welker, you're not going to give him that one-on-one coverage. You lead it up. The Chiefs are focused on bumping him at the line of scrimmage and playing someone over the top.
It's been a lot of Javier Arenas in the three receiver sets against Welker. Here is Brady with time, steps into it off the hands of Gronkowski, trailed in coverage by Kendrick Lewis, the safety.
I like Kendrick Lewis, second-year player from Mississippi. He's really stepped into a leadership role and a playmaking role. When you lose a guy like Eric Berry, who never missed a snap last season and went to the Pro Bowl, where do you go to pick up that void? Well, they went to Kendrick Lewis, and he's done a nice job. 2 interceptions, a recovered fumble in the last 3 weeks. He's really getting better.
3rd and 8 for Brady. 5 in the pattern. Hit as he throws. Aaron Hernandez the first down into Kansas City territory at the 47.
Boy, they did a nice job that time, New England, in a tight slot formation. They're playing in and out, double coverage on Wes Welker, and they find Hernandez on an inside breaking route. Good design by the Patriots. And once again, they go into the locker room at halftime. They always seem to make the proper adjustments.
Brady's completed 10 passes, 7 to the tight ends. Green Ellis. Good job to slow him down by Holly, or else that would have been a big, big gain. Alan Bailey finally made the tackle.
Well, nice job right there by Tom Ali of making a play, because they ran away from the blitz on the other side, and that may go to the house if Ali doesn't make the tackle. You'll see to the right of your screen, here comes the pressure right there. Now, Brady sees it over there. They got the run coming to the right. That's a gasher. Ali falls back inside and makes the play.
2nd and 2, right back to Green Ellis. Got good blocking there to take Chief tacklers down with him to the 27-yard line. 13 hard yards for Ben Jarvis.
Well, I like that kind of football right there. You put about 3 tight ends on the right, and you just mash people off tackle. You pull Logan Mankins, your Pro Bowl left guard, and you say, let's go, Kansas City. That's physical football by the New England Patriots. And they are using a lot of tight ends and trying to muscle the ball right at the Chiefs.
11 carries, 47 yards. Green Ellis, Woodhead now the back. Brady adjusts the play, goes to Woodhead left. He's submarined. Holly over there. What a game he's having along with Derek Johnson. Those are their 2 best defensive players, and they've played well other than that one snap.
You know, if you look into that Patriot huddle, remember they lost their center Dan Copen in the first game of the year. Right tackle Sebastian Vollmer missed the first 6 games with the back. Brian Waters, the right guard, just got here from Kansas City, where he played 11 years as a left guard. This offensive line has really done a nice job.
Woodhead runs out of the gun. Got away from 1 tackle. Holly gets him at the 20. Maybe the 19. Looks like we'll have 3rd and 2 coming up.
And the one thing about Tom Brady, he will find the soft spot of the defense. He doesn't have to throw. He'll get him into good running plays. He'll check the formations, what they're playing from the defensive line perspective up front, and he'll attack that bubble successfully. He doesn't have to always read it and throw the football.
Solder again, an eligible receiver, 3rd and 2. Gronkowski's the motion man. Brady's going to him. It was well read, but he couldn't bring him down. And Gronkowski to the end zone. That's another touchdown.
That's what makes this kid great. He did that all on his own.
He is special.
Comes out of the backfield on a play-action pass. Brady throws the ball for a 1-yard gain. Donald Washington misses the tackle, and Gronkowski scores another touchdown. Watch, he's going to come out of the backfield, release into the flat, and catch this for a 1-yard gain, and Donald Washington has got to make that tackle. What should be a stop on 3rd down turns into a touchdown because you have a great player.
Ooh, man.
Wow.
Well, the play's designed to get a couple yards and a 1st down, move the chains, but this is what Gronkowski can do. Force you to miss a tackle with his size and his strength and his power, and he takes it to the end zone. This guy is one special football player.
He's lucky he's okay right there. That was ugly.
You could see he was slow to get up, but still got up to do that now trademark violent spike in the end zone. Another score in the red zone for Gronkowski, and the Patriots with 3 consecutive scoring drives as Gronkowski gets his 17th career touchdown in the red zone. No player's done that in NFL history in their first 2 seasons.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your authorized dealer. IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. Visit IBM.com/smarterplanet. The Droid Razor. Thin is no longer frail, only at Verizon. And ESPNshop.com, where you can get all of your official NFL sideline gear.
Take a look at some of the great sights of Boston as we get set for the holidays and Thanksgiving weekend. And Rob Gronkowski, a football family, mentioned his brothers earlier, and his unbelievable success. Now 20 touchdowns in his really just over a year and a half career. 26 games.
Randy Moss didn't even do that. Or did he?
Just close. Give you that later. Arenas in big trouble. Brought down shy of the 15-yard line. Kyle Arrington was down there. 4-4 the hang time on that kick. Give the Patriots time to get down and cover. Gronkowski took a shot, held on. His team's up 14. Take a 2-game lead in the division over Buffalo and the Jets. Tyler Palko's first NFL start tonight. Play action, first down, gets it to his running back, Jackie Battle. And just about 3. Mistake-filled first half, KC.
Well, there's no question the Chiefs' wounds were self-inflicted. Here they're down there in the red zone, and look what happens, illegal procedure. Here Leonard Pope holding downfield on a big run by Thomas Jones to get a first down. It comes back. This is the killer right here. The throw behind Steve Preston from Palko, intercepted.
After the gain of 3, Carter coming right at Palko. Pass is incomplete.
15 points a game with Matt Gassel. It's hard when you lose the number of key starters that the Chiefs have lost. I don't care what anybody says. You lose your quarterback, you lose your Pro Bowl running back, Jamal Charles. They lose an outstanding young tight end. They have found no offense consistently in the last 3 weeks.
Third and 7. Palko's got a pocket. He's got time. But Pope dropped the ball. I don't know if he was going to get it anyway. And it's a 3-and-out Kansas City, and the momentum is completely swung to the pass.
Well, that's what happens when you're a team that's struggling to move the football offensively. You finally get an Baldwin. They're taking those good football players out of the game right now.
Dustin Colquitt kicks. 57 yards. Edelman from the 28. Julian waited for that block, and here goes Edelman. Julian Edelman past the punter. Foot race. Edelman beat him. Touchdown New England. 72 yards.
All-time punt return leader here. Came in with over 12 yards of return. That's all Julian Edelman. How about that change of direction? I thought that was Wes Welker. Where does Bill Belichick find these players? Here's Julian Edelman, a quarterback at Kent State. Watch him. Starts up the middle, goes left, cuts back to the right, finds a hole, and he's gone. This kid's played defense tonight. He's returned punts. Patriots smell blood in the water. They came out of the locker room. I have a feeling Bill Belichick said it's not good enough, men. They jumped on Kansas City.
I bet he said a lot more than that, John.
At the second punt return for touchdown in Edelman's career. Had won the last game of the regular season against Miami last year. Gostowski knocks the extra point in. And just the second punt return for touchdown off a Dustin Colquitt kick. Hester took one back on him, and now Edelman. History. You saw that very good documentary that NFL Films put together on Bill Belichick. When Edelman was a rookie, Wes Welker wasn't dressed for a preseason game, and Belichick is on the phone with one of the coaches upstairs, Ernie Adams. He said, what was the name of that guy who Lou Gehriger plays? He said, Wally Pipp. And he said, goes over to Welker and says, well, do you know who Wally Pipp is? Well, Edelman may take your punt return job. They share the duties. Edelman brought it back here for the touchdown. It's 24-3.
He just made the tackle.
Yep, I was just going to say.
All over the field.
Tackles up the arenas.
He's a difference maker here. He does a lot of things that you have to admire. He can run down here, get off a block, get rid of Studebaker, an outside linebacker, find the ball, make the tackle. That's what this Patriot team is full of. Selfless football players that do whatever Bill Belichick asks to be done.
We'll find out a little bit about the character of the Chiefs right here. Can they rebound? Can they battle back? Can they get back in this game?
We'll start with a Thomas Jones run to the left, only 1 yard. As Kyle Arrington came up to make the play. Again, this is a New England team playing without Devin McCourty, their best cornerback, injured his shoulder last week against the Jets. Without Patrick Chung, who hurt his foot, second straight week he's out.
No huddle offense. No back set for Kansas City.
And Palco gets it complete to Steve Preston. And make another man miss. And Antoine Molden, who got the start for the injured McCourty, tackles him after a gain of 4.
Well, eventually the Chiefs are going to have to get the ball down the field. The short passing game just isn't working. The Patriots defense is smothering the short to intermediate areas. They're going to have to take a shot. Eventually get the ball down the field to Dwayne Bowe, Jonathan Baldwin.
Palco surveys, tight end catches Jake O'Connell, who's knocked down by Gerard Mayo, but it's a first down as he holds on at the 35.
Knocked down is an understatement. Gerard Mayo playing zone coverage. Got a good break on that. Clobbered O'Connell. But a big first down. And Kansas City continues to press the envelope with their no-huddle offense. I like it.
Now goes underneath throw. Jonathan Baldwin touchdown after he gets a first down at the 46-yard line. Fifth game back.
You know, a guy like Baldwin, you'd like to see him catch that ball and rip through and head up the field. He catches the football and kind of falls to the ground. With that size at 6'4", 220, you got to get some yards after the catch.
Alco goes right back underneath the ball. And again, Mayo brings him down at midfield, gain of 5.
Everything is very high percentage, quick passing game, as Ron pointed out. You're going to need to take a shot with a double move at some point. They've run 3 slants in the last 4 patterns.
Rock it, rock it. Go straight.
Probably going to run that draw play to the right.
The clusters the back. O'Connell, the tight end, got a block on the edge for him. It'll be 3rd and 1 after the Vince Wilfork tackle.
Here comes Jeremy Urban, number 83, wide receiver. Remember, the last time he was in the game, Kansas City shifted wildly and used Urban as a wildcat quarterback. Heads up for anything right here. Jared Gaither back in the game as an eligible tight end. Look for some trickery.
Palco go in motion, and Urban, the high school quarterback, takes the snap, gives to McCluster, who has the first down at the 43-yard line. With the injury last week,
Kansas City used a lot of trickery in that first half, too. Look at Palco. Snapped the ball in a no-huddle offense before New England was ready. Then they shift wildly into the wildcat, run the read option with Jeremy Urban. And later in the game, they used a quick onside kick. I admire the Chiefs' aggressiveness. They just need to
quarterback. The backup is Ricky Stanzi. He's a rookie who they drafted in the 5th round out of Iowa this year. And Urban, who you're seeing, is the emergency quarterback, or the 3rd quarterback. There is Stanzi, threw for 7,300 yards in his career with Iowa.
We've seen this from the Chiefs, moving the ball. They need to finish a drive.
Palco throws off a hand and intercepted. Baldwin couldn't get it. Arrington does. And Arrington brought down shy of midfield. He extends his NFL lead. 7 interceptions on the season. only had one his first couple of years in the league. Kyle Arrington making another play. Turnover, KC. 2 interceptions, Kansas City, and Todd Haley ripping his team on the sideline. Ripping his offense. (24-3). Pats back at it. And Woodhead takes it for a first down to the 40-yard line.
How about this Arrington, this corner? He goes in and sees Bill Belichick after last season, and he says, hey, work on your ball skills. The kid goes home and says, okay. That's his 7th interception. He's just so aware. Outstanding zone defender. He flourishes in this kind of a defense, and 7 interceptions in 10 games.
One of the many undrafted players on this New England roster, including BenJarvus Green-Ellis, who gets inside the 35. Arrington was undrafted a few years ago, ended up on Philadelphia's practice squad, then went to Tampa's practice squad. Patriots brought him in. He played here in 2010, had the 1 interception as he became a starter in his 2nd year with New England last year. And as you know, Devin McCourty is a very good corner. They have him on the other side. And over the guys who they've drafted who have not hit, Arrington found himself in a starting role again this year, and he's had the very productive first 10 games. Back in and takes it to the 22.
That's a heck of a route. And that's why Tom Brady wanted Deion Branch back. Watch him close the cushions. Little stutter go comeback. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, what Tom Brady can do is decode a defense. He comes off the play action. He finds the isolation route to Deion Branch. That is hard to do when you turn your back to the defense, snap your head around, and find a one-on-one.
Green-Ellis to the left to the 15-yard line. So after a very poor first 4 drives to New England, they have really kicked it in gear here the last 4 drives.
I go back to all the things Tom Brady does with the snap count. All the audibles, the alerts, the check with me's. They do so much. I'm just amazed that there isn't a false start every 4 or 5 plays. There's so much communication between the center, the guards, and the tackles. It amazes me how disciplined they play.
Green-Ellis left. Inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Took Brandon Carr for a ride.
This is impressive, physical football. Just listen at home. BenJarvus Green-Ellis rips him.
Well, Nate Solder just having his way right now with Tamba Hali, just knocking him off the line of scrimmage, as is the entire Patriots offensive line. You like to be a running back about now.
First and goal from the 4. Green-Ellis left. Only going to get a yard as he's finally brought down with Javon Belcher and Javier Arenas making the tackle.
And this is where the New England Patriots, I think, are the best in football. Inside the 5, scoring offense. They don't come away with field goals. They come away with touchdowns. They had a streak last year, Jaws, where they scored, I think, 14 times in a row.
They got those tight ends that are pretty hard to cover down there. You can run the ball and get it to your tight ends in this area, you're going to be effective.
Connolly comes back in to snap it here from the 2. Green-Ellis to the left, seeking space, and he gets down to the 1-yard line.
Boy, they love this I formation slant play. Everybody zone blocks it. They run it to the wing, away from the wing. Just watch these linemen come off with their left foot, their outside footwork. They try to get Green-Ellis an option to press it or slam it back inside. I got a feeling you're in 4-down territory here.
Chiefs just substituted 8 players. 8 Chiefs checking in and out for 3rd and goal. Brady looks left, throws middle. Through the hands of Hernandez, incomplete. With Donald Washington on the coverage and 3 seconds left in the quarter, a field goal attempt coming.
Well, you got Hernandez in the back of the end zone here, and Brady sees it. Hernandez moves it nicely to the inside on Washington, goes off his hands. Brady puts this one in a spot. Only Hernandez could make the catch. About the only way to stop the Patriots right now is for them to drop one.
Hernandez has 5 touchdown catches. Gronkowski 10 with his 2 tonight. 15 tight end touchdowns in almost 10 games. Good from 21. Gostowski now good from 19 as the third quarter expires.
I don't call those tight ends. They're from another planet, these 2 guys.
17 for the Patriots in the third. Tom Brady has 212 yards tonight. They're chasing Dan Marino's mark, most passing yards in the season, 5,084. And Breeze, Brady, and Rodgers are in play for it. What are they on pace for? As you look at their numbers here in 2011 through 10 games, Breeze on pace to break it, Brady same, and Rodgers just 15 yards shy. So record passing numbers on the horizon. Remember, the weather gets colder. Sometimes the passing yardage numbers go down, but through the first 10 games, 3 of the elites, 3 champion quarterbacks have a chance at Marino's mark.
Boy, they are playing great football, those aforementioned quarterbacks right now. Week in and week out, you see consistency. That's the key.
We'll see Breeze next Monday night in New Orleans as the Giants visit the Saints. Dexter McCluster takes it out for the Chiefs. And McCluster's going to be brought down at the 17-yard line. Well, we know the owner of the New England Patriots, Robert Kraft, who told us this week what a thrill it is to own a team in your hometown that he used to have season tickets for. A couple days ago to honor Myra Kraft's memory. The Myra Kraft Giving Back Scholarship Fund, Boys and Girls Club of Boston, matching all the donations that people are sending in. Within months, the fund exceeded $4 million, and the Krafts are going to donate another $4 million. They're going to grow this thing by the end of next year to $10 million, and it's a permanent legacy fund to help remember Myra Kraft and the great things she did. Dwayne Bowe the catch for 8 yards. The neat thing about this scholarship, and you can see all the Patriots with that logo with Myra's initials on it, it doesn't go to the kids who are the best GPA or the athletes. It demonstrates the community service and community need for the kids who are going to get this scholarship. So it speaks to the heart of the philanthropic nature of Myra Kraft and Bob Kraft continuing that legacy. Palco throw complete to Steve Breston across the 30-yard line. John, you had Bob Kraft on your bus this week as your guest.
I really enjoy it. I learned a lot by just listening to him. You know, how successful has he been? It's amazing. He's been to 5 Super Bowls. He's won 10 division titles. But he told us, I hire people. I put them in charge. I ask a lot of questions, but he expects a lot of results. And boy, has he hired the right people.
Mark Anderson sacks Tyler Palco back at the 21-yard line. Anderson 6.5 sacks on the season.
He also thanked me for getting them going with that tuck tool.
Hey, he got that.
He said if it wasn't for you, we might not have gotten it going like we did. But once again, Mark Anderson, the ex-Chicago Bear, boy, does he like it here in New England.
Yeah, you can see, John, why the Chiefs were throwing so many of those slants and short passes when they tried to get the ball down the field. Their offensive line didn't hold up.
Let's update Anderson's total. 7 sacks on the season for the former Chicago Bear. Palco a throw that is caught by Bowe through the secondary and down at the 48-yard line. Kyle Arrington the tackle.
That was a well-executed play there by the Chiefs and Tyler Palco. Finally got the ball down the field. Arrington down.
25-yard gain. So the injuries keep coming in the Patriots secondary. McCourty and Chung not playing. Arrington pointing to his arm. Timeout. Good sign for Patriot fans. They looked at Arrington's elbow a couple of times. He's back there on the sideline as he's out for snap or 2. Phillip Adams the free agent out of South Carolina State. 7th round pick of the 49ers a year ago comes in. Palko under pressure, gets rid of it, high and incomplete. Andre Carter bearing down on him.
Well, they got beat on that play early in the game. The bootleg, of course, to the left-handed quarterback. That's the way you want to go with the football.
And over on that New England sideline, the defensive calls are coming in from Matt Patricia, the safeties coach for the Patriots. He is 37 years old, coached the linebackers before the safeties, but he's the one calling in the defense this year for New England. Palko down the seam, Breaston another catch. Steve Breaston going to take it to the 26-yard line, and a first down gain of 24.
Well, you can see when you get a little bit of a time and let those plays develop down the field, there are some opportunities. Play action fake. Palko got no one around him. Nice, comfortable pocket to throw the football from. And Breaston's wide open about 18 yards down the field.
Palko throwing, Bo open for a second. It gets to him late, but it drops as Molden couldn't catch it. It's incomplete.
Well, the Patriots blew a coverage there, and Palko's just late with the football. Should have been intercepted by Molden. Ball's underthrown. Molden was released by the Texans, has come in here and played a lot more, I think, than anyone had imagined. He's a young man out of Eastern Kentucky, had a great combine. This is really the first time I've seen Molden play in the NFL.
The Houston secondary was awful last year. Palko throws it out to Dexter McCluster. He gets to the 23. 11:50 to go.
Kansas City desperately needs to finish a drive. 3rd down and 7. Patriots continue to play zone coverage. I haven't seen many blitzes at all from this Patriot defense. Got to protect and make a good decision if you're young Tyler Palko here.
Brian Lilja out for the Chiefs on the offensive line. Palko throws to Jake O'Connell, a sliding first down catch at the 13-yard line. Rodney Hudson, his 2nd-round pick out of Florida State's in on that offensive line. Lilja out with a head and neck injury for Kansas City at left guard.
Once again, they stay with that up-tempo style of offense. Palko's done a nice job of working the middle of the field when the Patriots go with that zone defense.
Palko throws to the end zone, another interception. His 3rd of the night, and Phillip Adams has his first.
That's just awful there. 1st and goal for 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. You take 3 hitches, you're clearly late down the middle. Not good.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Nissan. Innovation for today, innovation for tomorrow, innovation for all. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And NFL Magazine. Sign up for the new monthly magazine of the NFL at NFL.com/magazine today.
Shots from Boston earlier tonight, about 28 miles. The road, our aerial coverage here in Foxborough, brought to you by DirecTV. It's Phillip Adams' first career interception. And the Patriots up 24 and throwing as Brady's out of the pocket, directing. And incomplete for Deion Branch.
Tom Brady's upset with somebody right there. That time he got out of trouble, I thought Deion Branch sprung himself down the field. Tom threw the ball away. Looks upset with Aaron Hernandez, his young tight end. But with a 27-3 lead, the Patriots stay on the gas pedal.
Yeah, they do. They went empty there, spread it out and attack. Now they're going single back, still spreading it out.
And Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. getting close to 80 rushing yards tonight.
Yeah, the big A's. Tom Brady. How about accuracy? You think this guy is accurate or what, Jaws?
Yeah,
Look at that ball thrown away from the squeeze of the corner. He audibles. He doesn't waste any plays. Nobody makes better adjustments. And his anticipation, incredible. The A's. Like I did that, Ron?
Yeah, like you did. Let me throw in A for arm strength.
How about an amazing clutch performance?
On the way to win 118 as a starter, about 3 out of every 4 starts in his NFL career. Brady hit as he throws. That pass incomplete. Justin Houston chasing him and bringing him down. The pass was intended and targeted to Welker. Wes has not caught a ball tonight. He has 87 consecutive regular season games with a reception. Nothing yet tonight.
A 4-man rush again. Combination coverage. Tom Brady can't find anybody. Great protection. Chiefs are still playing hard on defense.
I believe Deion Branch is the only receiver to catch a ball. Wide receiver for the Patriots here tonight. Zoltan Mesko kicking to Javier Arenas. $50 yards. Arenas in the 26. Looking for a wall of blockers. One away. There goes Arenas. With a flag down, he's down across midfield. And the Chiefs player is down as well. 50 on a kick, 26 on a return if it stands. LaRon
There is no
McClain.
foul to play.
It does stand. LaRon McClain was the injured Kansas City Chief on a knee. 9:39 in the 4th. Pats up 24. Next Monday night, we go to New Orleans, and Eli Manning returns to his hometown as the Giants, off their loss to Philadelphia, take on Drew Brees and the Saints. New Orleans off its bye week. With that offense going, we'll see the only tight end with more catches than Gronkowski this year, as Jimmy Graham moves to New Orleans. 8:30 Eastern next Monday from Louisiana. Gain of 1 to Jonathan Baldwin here with 9.5 to go in the 4th quarter. The plan is not what they're seeing on the field for the Chiefs this year. Tony Moeaki, the good rookie last year, ACL. Eric Berry, week 1, ACL. Jamal Charles, week 2, their best running back. And Matt Castle last week, right hand surgery earlier this week, put on injured reserve today, out for the rest of the season. Castle did not make the trip here to Foxborough. Palco hit, brought down by Rob Ninkovich, who had the 2 interceptions, including a touchdown last week against the Jets.
You know, Mike, you talked about those injuries. Those aren't just injuries. Those are injuries long-term to your quality key football players. You know, in this league, the new NFL, most teams, hey, you're pretty good at starters all positions. When you start going down the pecking order, it's hard to put a quality team on the field week in and week out when you suffer those kinds of devastating injuries.
Todd Haley looking at 18 and 24 for his almost 3-year record. He's the division champs of the West last year. Jake O'Connell, the catch. He's well shy of a first down, and before 4th down, here's Trey Wingo. Sports Center right now.
Michael, thank you. Good night in Foxborough, great night in Pittsburgh as Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby, made an unbelievable return to the Penguins after 10 months away with concussion-like symptoms. All he did was score twice and added 2 assists as the Penguins defeated the Islanders 5-0. And Arizona has hired Rich Rodriguez to take over as their new football coach. Of course, he went to Michigan after reviving the West Virginia program. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he'd end up somewhere on the East Coast. Rich Rod goes out west. We wish him the best. It's 4th and 7, Kansas City. Patriots pressure. Palco got rid of it and caught for the first down by Dwayne Bowe at the New England 36-yard line.
Well, that's a full blitz that time. The Patriots send everybody. You'll see Palco right here. He sees the blitz. He knows he's got to get rid of it. Good anticipation. Big first down. Chiefs have moved the ball between the 20s.
51's a Mike. Diamond, 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 Lord Games. Palco comes back to Breston. You talk about the Patriots, and a lot of people say, well, the Patriots have the worst defense in the NFL. You have to be very careful. They've given up the most yards in the NFL. Like, tonight. They've given up 312 yards, but only 3 points. They're right around the middle of the pack in terms of points allowed in the NFL, even though they've given up the most yards through 9 weeks.
And the interceptions have really saved them. They have taken the football away. But I still believe they got to get healthier, and they must improve in the secondary.
Tyler Palko, 2nd and 7. Incomplete. We talk, John, about stats very often. You talk about some coaches are not as into stats as others are. Here's with Bill Belichick. Over the years, his team has given up yards, but the points allowed, each of his 17 seasons, better ranking.
No, I never really believed in total yardage as defining the best offenses and defenses in football. It's about points allowed and points scored. And Bill Belichick has lived to that tune his whole career. Yardage, I never saw yardage on a scoreboard.
Third and 7, 3-man rush. Palko with time, and 2 receivers right behind each other, which is odd. Incomplete.
Well, you can say the Chiefs have a lot of injuries. I don't know a lot of teams in football that don't have a number of injuries. The Houston Texans lost Matt Schaub. They played without Andre Johnson. The big guy, your outside pass rusher, is a pretty good player. Out for the year in Houston.
Yep, Mario Williams.
Yep. Mario Williams. They continue to play through it. This is a National Football League. You're a paid professional. They've scored 1 touchdown in their last 12 quarters. A lot of football left to be played, and this AFC West is up for grabs.
Palko was asking for the snap, didn't get it in time, and it'll be a false start.
Well, you see number 85, Jake O'Donnell, a tight end come in motion, false start. Jake O'Connell, I'm sorry.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
It's almost predictable that the Chiefs are going to self-destruct along the way. I mean, here comes O'Connell in motion. He's going to start early. That sudden movement there. The officials won't miss it. Now it's 4th and 12, and you come to Gillette Stadium and get it done against the Patriots.
Mark Anderson pass rushing off the left. He's held off. Ninkovich chasing Palko, keeping the play alive and about ready to get hit by 17 Patriots, it seemed. They were all bearing down on him. Incomplete. On downs, it'll be turned over to the Pats. 6.5 to go. Todd Haley's team staring down another setback and a long road back in the West. In addition to both being Bill Parcells' assistants at one time, Todd Haley and Bill Belichick also have something else in common. They are the only 2 active head coaches whose dads played in the NFL. Dick Haley in the late 50s and early 60s with a few teams. And Bill Belichick's dad, Steve Belichick, 1941, played for the Lions. It's a great story as you watch the 77-yard punt return that he had. The only punt return of his NFL career, Steve Belichick brought back for a touchdown for the Detroit Lions. So the Lions are playing here in 1941, and Steve Belichick was the equipment manager. He reportedly told the head coach, Bill Edwards, I can do better than most of the guys you've got. Played in 6 games, scored 2 touchdowns.
Oh, that's a great story.
I love that. Other NFL head coaches whose dads played in the league, Mike Nolan, David Shula, Joe Walton. So it's a small list, but something these 2 gentlemen have in common. And
where do we find that film?
Yeah,
wow.
Well, Todd's dad, Dick Haley, 2 decades with the Pittsburgh Steelers, a great personnel guy.
You're an amazing guy, Mike. You know a lot of stuff, man.
Just trying to keep you going here, John. 27-3.
There's Welker.
Here's a first Wes Welker catch of the night. So the streak stays alive, 88 consecutive games, and the league-leading 73rd catch for Wes Welker.
Patriot down.
Another Pat injured in the effort to make a block out there. It is Matt Light, the 11-year left tackle protects Tom Brady's blind side. So throwing a pass here with 6 minutes left, up 24. Lights hurt.
What's up? Stuart Scott with you after the game. Sports Center and the GMC post-game report. Highlights and analysis of the Patriots holding court at home. And for the first time in almost a year, Sidney Crosby goes on the ice and goes off. 2 goals, 2 assists for the kid. Mike?
All right, Stuart, Barry Melrose there. Coverage on Sports Center. Matt Light being looked at on the sideline by the Patriots medical staff. They got the throw to Welker to continue his streak, and the Patriots will continue to throw up 27-3. And there's Welker again to the 40-yard line, inside of it to the 39. A gain of 16. Here's where Light gets hurt. Tamba Hali rolls up on his right ankle.
It doesn't look good. Hate to see guys get rolled up like that. Can be a high ankle, can be a knee. Look who's in it, right tackle now.
Yep, I think good stories seeing a player on the field as BenJarvus Green-Ellis carries for 2 yards, and the Chiefs take a timeout here at 5:02. Marcus Cannon, number 61, playing his first NFL action, 5th-round pick out of TCU, and in the process of getting ready for the draft, when they were looking at his medical and found something was wrong, he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now in remission, was brought off the non-football injury list after he had chemotherapy treatment, among other treatments. It is great to see Marcus Cannon on the field and making his NFL debut here tonight.
Played left tackle last year in the Rose Bowl against Wisconsin. I think they want him to be a power guard with that size and strength. He has the athletic ability to play tackle, but I think at the end of the day, he's going to be the heir apparent of Ryan Waters at right guard, but good to see him back healthy again and playing. A lot of talent.
He's over there next to the 12-year veteran Waters. 2nd and 7, and this is Shane Vereen for just his 4th NFL snap. And Vereen, the 2nd-round pick out of Cal, takes it to the 31-yard line as the Chiefs take another timeout at 4:57.
Pass receiving back at California. You know, there's a lot of good athletes out there available, Mike. Guys that could come into the NFL and help some of these players, some of these teams. How about Steve Nash? Let's give him to the Houston Texans just in case Leinart isn't ready to go. He could be a quarterback. That's just what they need, another receiver. And how about Rondo? I love Rondo. Send him to the Jets. They need a wideout. Blake Griffin? Can you imagine Blake Griffin rushing the passer opposite John Abraham? How about this Noah guy? He looks like a Raven, doesn't he? Opposite Terrell Suggs. Derrick Rose. The Bengals need a cornerback. And Kobe Bryant at free safety of the Cowboys.
You have too much time.
I got one more. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. These NBA guys are not going to play. Why waste all this athletic ability? I'll tell you what. How about my guy Dwight Howard, Superman? He can go to the Colts and play any position he wants. They need everything. There's no way Dwight Howard is not going to play sports this year. Solve this lockout. If you don't solve it, just come and help out some of these teams. Can you imagine LeBron James covering Gronkowski?
About the only guy that can cover him.
That's what we need. You basketball guys, hey, come join the party here. Help us out. You're not going to play basketball. We got a game going here. What a waste of talent. Those are great athletes. Sorry for going on a soapbox there.
No, that's fine. 4th and 1, Brady sneaking and gets the first down to keep the clock rolling at 4:10 here in the 4th quarter. Well, there was the conversation with LeBron. He was tweeting and joked, maybe I should go play in the NFL. Of course, he was a terrific wide receiver, tight end in high school at St. Vincent St. Mary's in Akron. The lockout continues with the NBA and the players going over to Europe, so you can perhaps keep them here in the U.S.
Well, why wouldn't you? What's a lockout anyway? We can't have a lockout. We need these guys to play. If they're not going to play basketball, LeBron, come on. Would that be awesome or what, Jaws?
I
could complete passes to Dwight Howard.
My goodness.
Can you imagine Blake Griffin rushing the passer? Good night. I love Blake Griffin.
Who'd you have there in a quarterback? Who's your quarterback? I got to break him down.
You hang around Tirico, you get tickets to NBA basketball games, golf events.
Final timeout taken by Kansas City here with 3:34 left. Patriots are going to move into a tie for the best record in the AFC with Baltimore and Houston. They're all sitting there at 7-3 if you advance New England for the victory here. Pittsburgh is also at 7-3. So you're going to have 4 teams with 6 games left sitting on 7-3. The Raiders at 6-4 with a 1-game lead over the Broncos in the AFC West. That division's been turned upside down. And the Bengals at 6-4 at the moment would be the other wild card team. And that 5-5 group, you have Denver and Tennessee, the Jets and Bills, who play a very important game coming up this weekend. So we'll start to see who's in the mix in the AFC as we hit the final 3/8 of the season.
That last quarter of the season is going to be a wild ride for a lot of teams.
This run here by Vereen and Shane Vereen. Sturdy Cal Bear takes it to the 21.
A lot of parity this year for a lot of reasons, but not often at this stage in the season does every team in the AFC have a minimum of 3 losses, right?
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't happen often. So no one has run away with the field, and I don't see anybody in this AFC that's been clearly dominant yet, Jaws.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, 1 week the Raiders look like they're going to be the next world champions, then they get beat by a team they can't beat anybody. So it's a matter of consistency. Who's going to be the most consistent team down the stretch, heading into the playoffs, and maybe the team that's most healthy.
Vereen brought down inside the 5. Nice looking run by Shane, who gained 1,167 yards in his last year at Berkeley.
You know, Vereen was hurt in training camp, but watch him start to his right, cut back, and then turn on this gear. The Patriots drafted this young man high because he does have track speed. He ran track at California, has home run ability with that speed, and he can really catch the football. Got a great mentor in Kevin Falk, who's inactive tonight.
5 carries, 32 yards is Vereen on the stat sheet for the first time in his career in the NFL, and he's stopped shy of the 1. And the Patriots can let this run down to the 2-minute warning if they choose.
And this will be a very tough flight home for the Kansas City Chiefs, Mike. How about the schedule they have ahead of themselves? Losing those back-to-back home games to Miami and Denver wasn't the worst part of their season. You ought to see the schedule of games they've got coming down the pike.
And then you look at the Patriots, big win for them, but they have to go to Philadelphia next week. Eagles had a big win yesterday over the Giants. You know, they're looking at getting back in the playoff picture. The Patriots better not play as poor as they did early in this game when they go to Philadelphia. They'll be in trouble.
Well, Gronkowski got him straightened out. A couple of touchdowns headlining the night. It is all New England. GMC postgame is coming up next on SportsCenter. Stuart Scott, Trent Dilfer, Steve Young here. And the guys back in the studio with everything else in sports. And those of you who are watching in the state of Kansas, you Chiefs fans as well, maybe it'll be better fortune for the Jayhawks. KU taking on Georgetown, the Maui Invitational over on ESPN2 coming up just right about now. So you'll be able to watch Kansas basketball 10 minutes away from scheduled tip in Maui. They have an unbelievable field in that tournament. This is college basketball feast week. A lot of great tournaments throughout the week. 2nd and goal, Brady. Green Ellis trying to submarine in. He stopped.
This Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, he does it all here. He's playing fullback now. Escorting Shane Vereen, the rookie tailback. That's the Patriot way, Mike. You put the team ahead of yourself. They're not collecting talent here. They're building a football team, and they're building all the time.
I think they're collecting pretty good talent as well.
Through the draft, in free agency. I mean, Mark Anderson, Andre Carter, Brian Waters quietly come in here as veterans, and they have paid huge dividends.
Here we all spread out here. Brady looking to throw for a touchdown. Flag is down as Hernandez catches one for a touchdown. And we have, after the play, a bit of a scrum, so we'll check the flag and see if it's 34-3.
Well, I think the Chiefs are probably a bit frustrated. They were thinking, hey, the Patriots got this game won. Let's take a knee and get out of here. They decide to throw for it, and that's the way Bill Belichick plays. We played a little 0-0 on the clock.
What's interesting is Todd Haley and the Chiefs have been in a couple of games where they've been on the opposite end of a sloppy score, and Todd has not appreciated the way things are handled, and he's the one who's talked about with his post-game handshakes well before Jim Schwartz and Jim Harbaugh were in that conversation. Matter of fact, it was Haley who said after that, "I'm glad I have company in that club."
Against the on the play. Dead ball, personal foul, offense number 7. That penalty decline. Illegal shift offense. 2 men moving at the time of the snap. That penalty reinforced 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
Personal fouls on 70, Logan Mankins. So Todd is asking.
Well, they tried to snap the ball before the Chiefs were ready. And I guess they're saying Logan Mankins wasn't ready.
Well, they didn't come set for a beat, and then Mankins took that shot on Gordon. And drew the flag. Jaws mentioned the difficult schedule ahead for the Chiefs. They will play Pittsburgh next Sunday night. It's the second of 5 games against teams that were in the playoffs last year. Tough run coming for the Chiefs. Marine out of bounds inside the 4. So Kansas City has Pittsburgh, Chicago, the Jets, Green Bay, Oakland, and Denver left. They have the toughest remaining schedule based on opponents' win percentage. Meantime, the Patriots have the easiest remaining schedule. Their remaining opponents are 20-40 on the season.
They played a very difficult schedule. They've beaten the Jets twice, played the Giants, the Cowboys, the Steelers.
4th and goal. They will run Vereen to the left, and Vereen gets in for his first National Football League touchdown.
That's just what New England needs, another playmaker. Well, he looked good, Vereen, on this drive.
He's explosive.
What do y'all make of that? Any big deal continuing to try to score here?
No, because that's the way the Patriots play. That's their profile. That's what they do. They're not going to take a knee and walk out of here. You look at their history. They've had teams up 30 and 40 points. They still try to score. Hey, you know, I like the Belichick philosophy. Stop me.
John?
I have no problem with it. New England's trying to get better, Mike. They think they might need Vereen down the stretch. Get him some playing time in some real situations. See what the kid can do.
34-3. Vereen had 8 carries, 39 yards on that 14-play, 6.5-minute drive. One of those guys to get their moment in there. Scared me. You want to talk about bizarre plays? You think this is bizarre, going for a touchdown, 27-3 with a minute left?
What do you got?
Most bizarre play in Patriots Chiefs history. Really, it was the Texans before they became the Chiefs.
Oh,
1961, great. Nickerson Field at BU. Look at this fan. The fans were ringing the field. This is the end of the game. He comes out of the stands, and he gets in the way or deflects the Cotton Davidson pass. The Patriots go on to win the game. The Kansas City Chiefs started as the Dallas Texans. That was the final play of the game over at old BU's Nickerson Field. The final score was 28-21. The officials let the play stand. So even though it was in the last 2 minutes, there was no
replay,
no automatic review, because it would have taken them 2 days to develop the film to go actually review it.
That is the most incredible tape I've ever seen.
Oh, that was you playing quarterback.
No. That was you calling the plays.
He backed up Cotton Davidson in the early 60s, the quarterback who threw that one. 34-3 with 1:01 to go.
Where do you get this stuff, Mike?
John, we have an outstanding team that has
worldwide leader, man.
Very few hobbies. Turn out to the 25-yard line.
You know, this Patriot defense, you criticize them for how many yards and how many injuries and new secondary people they have. Last year, they led the NFL with 25 interceptions, Jaws. This year, Kyle Arrington already has 7. I mean, they've given up 3 points tonight. They were shredded early in the season for 480 yards a game in the first 4 weeks. But in this last 6 weeks, the Patriots are becoming a well-rounded football team.
Jackie battle the run. They go to Philadelphia on Sunday, and then Indianapolis comes in here. Road trips to Washington, and then they play Denver and take their shot at stopping Tim Tebow and the Broncos offense, and wrap up with home games on Christmas Eve against Miami and New Year's Day against Buffalo.
Gotta wonder a little bit, Mike, does Kansas City look at their rookie Ricky Stanzi at some point, their 5th rounder out of Iowa? 16 points for the Chief offense in the last 3 games.
Should be the game's final play as Battle runs to the right, gets it near midfield, and that'll do it. 34-3, New England beats Kansas City as the Patriots move to 7-3, and the Chiefs' struggles continue. And no issues with the handshake from the 2 coaches here at the end. Chiefs are 4-6. Lost their first 3, won their next 4, and now they've dropped 3 in a row. Sports Center is coming up next. You fans in the Heartland, you got KU playing Georgetown over in Maui on ESPN2. John Gruden, Ron Jaworski, Susie Colbert, our great Monday Night Football team, Mike Tirico. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving weekend. We'll see you next Monday night from New Orleans for the Giants and Saints. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Off we go to Sports Center.